Good morning students, welcome to the science class. Today in this lecture we are going to start the new chapter, that is chapter number 4, pollination. So students, you have seen the plants around you containing colorful flowers. These flowers, they are attracting you, right? They are very colorful, they are very beautiful. So these flowers, they attract the animals also and they attract the insects also. Due to their beautiful colors. So these flowers, you know children, a new thing which you would learn in this chapter, that this flower is the reproductive part of a plant. Yes, this flower produces fruit and seeds. Those flowers cause new plants to grow. Thus we call flower as a reproductive part of the plant. In this chapter you will be studying different parts of the flower and the process pollination. Now you would be thinking, okay, parts of the flower we will study, that is a new thing. But what is this word pollination? So students, let us firstly focus on the parts of the flower and then we will study pollination. I will be explaining you pollination as a process. But for understanding pollination as a process, you should be knowing the parts of the flower first, right? So let us study that. Up to now we have studied different parts of the plant. So one of the part of the plant was you studied is the flower. Then what about the parts of the flower? We will study this. The flower is generally containing 4 parts, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. These are called as 4 holes of the flower. So the basic green line here you can see of any flower, the basic green line, that is a small green stem like structure you can see. I call it as a line because you could focus on this diagram, right, which I am showing. So this green stem which you can see is actually called as a pedicel. So this is the stalk of the flower, it is called as pedicel. So this green part is pedicel. If you go above, you can see the same green part is there, but it is somewhat swollen. So this swollen end of the pedicel is called as thalamus. This is the thalamus. Okay, coming to the next, the parts of the flower. So the outermost hole of the flower is called as calyx. This outermost hole of the flower, greenish hole which you can see outermost, that is called as calyx. It is consisting of the green small leaves which are concentrated, or you can say which are there along flower at its base. They are called as sepals, the green leaves, right, while the whole green part is called as calyx. There are majorly you can say 5 or more sepals in a flower. Now what is the function of this sepal, this green colored sepals which are there at the base? So the main function of the sepal is to protect the flower in the bud stage. The flower when it is in the bud stage, that is when it is about to grow, not yet grown, the bud stage. So it is protecting the flower at that stage. Even it can also prepare food for the plant, right? So the second hole of the flower is called as corolla. Corolla is the hole that is consisting of the colorful leaf-like structure, that is called as the petals, right? So the function of these petals are they are generally, you know, bright colored. So they attract the insects which help in the pollination process, right? So the pollination process is done by the attraction of the insects, and these insects, they are attracted by the bright colors of the petals only, right? And also these petals, they produce different scents to attract insects towards the flower. Coming to the third hole, that is above the petals, if you see a stick like structure is there, right? So that is the androecium. The third hole of the flower is androecium. It is collection of the stamen. right? Each stamen, here you can see these are the stamens, different stamens are shown over here, right? So each stamen is consisting of a long slender stalk, that is filament. Long slender stalk means long line you can see is here, somewhat reddish colored, so that is filament. And the anther is present at the tip. This structure you can see is called the anther, right? It is present at the tip of, that is at the top of the stamen. Anthers, they are producing dust like particles that are called as pollen grains. So these pollen grains, they are actually the male part of the flower. Thus the androecium is called as the male part of the flower. Thus you should be knowing from now onwards the first basic part of the flower is, which is at the bottom, the base, the greenish part, it is calyx. Over that we are having the bright colored petals part, whole is there, that is calyx. Over calyx we are having a stick like part, that is the androecium. Androecium is the male part consisting of the dust like particles that are called as pollen grains. These pollen grains, they are the male reproductive cells. They are the cells which are responsible for the reproduction, male reproductive cells. So the function of this is, the stamen is the male reproductive unit of a flower. The stamen of the flower, they are collectively all the stamens of the flower, the number of all the stamens of the flower, they are collectively called as the androecium, right? And they are responsible for the reproduction. Next comes the gynoecium. So usually you would find in the center a stick is located, and with the swollen base, like this you could have seen in the flower, a stick with the swollen base, right? So this is called as the gynoecium, right? Gynoecium is the female part of the flower, right? They are consisting of a collection of the female reproductive units called carpets or pistils, right? The gynoecium consists of the single pistil or the group of pistil. Three parts are there. Sometimes it consisting of single or the group of pistil, right? So the pistil is having three parts. Here this is shown is the pistil. This green part which you can see is the pistil. This pistil is actually divided into further three parts: stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is the sticky swollen टिप ऑफ द पिस्टल, जो ऊपर का स्वॉलन आप देख सकते हो, स्वॉलन टिप, इट इज द पिस्टल. It is responsible for receiving the pollen grains. Here the pollen grains, they are received from the male organ, right? As the pollen grains, they are coming from the male organ, they are received by this, and this is responsible for receiving. Next comes the style. Here you can see the thin long tube-like structure is there, that is connecting stigma and the third part ovary. So this connecting tube is called as style. And the last part, swollen part, you can see this swollen part is the base of the pistil. It consisting of the ovules. Ovules means the eggs. The ovules is containing eggs that are the female gametes, right? So this is a carpel or a pistil consisting of stigma, style and ovary. So if many pistils, many such pistils are there, together they form the unit gynoecium. That is the female part, right? So as soon as the pollen grain reaches here, the fertilization takes place, right? And the ovary forms the fruit of the part of the plant where ovules form the seed. Right, so from these seeds new plant is formed, and from the ovary fruit is formed, right? This is how different parts of the plant are there, right? So students, I would like to show these parts. So students, here you can see parts of the flower. Firstly, some attractive flowers have been shown to you. You can see they are very attractive and very beautiful flowers are there. Now let us study their parts. Let us once go through the video that is consisting of its plant. So here you can see the green is the green base is actually called as the you can say the green stem, right? The basic part, the stem, that is pedicel. Over pedicel, the green colored swollen part is there, that I told is thalamus. While this whole consisting of 5 or more green leaves type structure, that is the calyx together, and each unit is the sepal, right? Above this, the whole which is colorful, right, which consists of green leaf like structure with different colors, bright colors you can say, right? So that is corolla. It is consisting of the petals. Here you can see the part this part that is at the middle, consisting of a line and a structure. So this all together, here you can see this 3 and this 3, right? Total 6 are there, 6 such structures are there. They are called as androecium together, and the individual unit is called as the stamen, right? Stamen is the individual unit. The collection of this stamen here in this flower, we can see 6 are there. So they are called as the androecium. So each stamen is actually consisting of a line, yellowish line you can see, that is the filament, and this upper part, that is called as the anther, right? While this middle section you can see is having a stick, right? A swollen top, a stick, and a base, circular base. So that is actually called as the gynoecium, right? Or the single part is called as the pistil. Let us further see how it is divided. Here you can see anther is consisting of this dust-like structure, that was the pollen grains, right? Now the swollen top of the gynoecium is stigma. This line is style, while the base is ovary. This ovary is consisting of this small egg-like structure, ovules. Ovule is consisting of the eggs that are responsible for the formation of the fruit and seeds, right? So ovary converts itself into fruit, while the ovules convert into seed. So all the flowers may or may not contain both male and female parts of the flower. Some flowers, they will be containing both male part and female part, while there are some flowers which either consist of male or female part, right? Both are not there. So the flower which are consisting of both male and female reproductive part, that is stamen and pistil in a flower, such flowers, they are called as bisexual flowers. They are complete flowers. Example is tulip, rose, and hibiscus. While there are some flowers which are consisting of either male reproductive part, that is stamen, or the female reproductive part, that is the pistil. Either stamen will be present or the pistil will be present. So such flowers, they are called as monosexual flowers, right? These are called as the incomplete flowers. The flowers of the plants like watermelon, pumpkin, cucumber, and papaya, they are some examples of the monosexual. These flowers, they are either consisting of the pistil or the stamen. That is why they are called as the incomplete flower. Here you can see one longitudinal section is shown of the unisexual, that is the monosexual flower, either consisting of the stamen or they are consisting of only stigma. If they are consisting of stigma, means stamen is absent. While if they are consisting of stamen, it means the whole female part, that is pistil, is absent. That is why they are called as the monosexual or the incomplete flowers. So students, in the next lecture we will continue with the next topics. Thank you.